You see, a lot of footballers who struggled when they were young and then became superstars come from places like Latin America or Africa. And we think European players learn their skills in fancy academies since they were young. But our boy was not like that. His journey was tough, and he didn't have the best circumstances to become a pro player. Yeah, from a refugee with little to his name, to a star on the football field. That's the journey I'm gonna take you in. The story of Luka Modrić. Now let's go back in time to 1985. In a small village called Modrici, Luka was born. His family was running from the war at a time when the Serbs were forming armed groups, demanding independence from Yugoslavia. Poor Luka was always on the move with his family, running through the mountains, desperately trying to escape the horrors of war. Luka made a strong bond with his grandfather, spending most of the time with him at home, because his parents was not at home most of the time, because they had jobs to do. And everything was going well, until one day in 1991, where his life changed for the worse, when the Serbian army came to Modric's house, and they started shooting, killing his grandfather right before his eyes and in front of his family. The loss of his grandfather was so heavy that a child his age couldn't carry. But life cannot stop. His family continued to move from place to place, until one day they settled in a hotel in Zadar city. And it all began there. When he started playing football outside the hotel on the streets, his talent was natural and crazy. But because of what he had been through, he was very weak and small for his age. His body struggled to grow properly. Of course, playing football became Luka's escape from the harsh realities he faced. One day, he convinced himself to try the Hajduk Split's youth teams, and the poor boy got rejected because of his small size. He tried again at Zadar FC and impressed the coach with his skills, and he joined the club in 1996. Modric's talent became better and better, to the point that he caught the attention of Dinamo Zagreb, Croatia's top club, and he was able to sign a long-term contract with them. But his talent was not enough. Modrić couldn't get a spot in the first team, because of his weak physique. But Dinamo believed in him and provided medical help to improve his growth. And they actually did, but sadly, he didn't reach the level to put him in the first team. Then comes the chapter of his life, where he was loaned to multiple clubs, like Zrinjski Mostar in Bosnia. Luka, of course he was the best there, and he helped them win the league title. And after that, they loaned him to NK Inter Zaprisic in Croatia, and he put them in the second place in Croatian league. He even won the award for the best young player in the league. Finally, after the loan ended, they said yeah, it's time to put him in the first team, and he got his first professional contract with a good paycheck. The club president Zdravko Mamić knew about Modric's family situation and decided to reward his loyalty. Luka used this reward to buy a house for his family in Zadar city. Things got better and better, and financial stability came when he met Vanya, who became his agent, and she had a big role in his life. Days passed, and Modrić wanted to leave the Croatian league and look for a new challenge. Modrić told Vanya, "Hey, I want to play for bigger teams, like Real Madrid or Barcelona." She talked to the scouts from Barcelona, and Modrić traveled to Spain to meet them. The scout was impressed and wanted to convince Barcelona to sign him, but they said no because he was too young. He got disappointed and returned to Croatia and decided to see other offers before making his decision. Finally, he chose to move to Tottenham Hotspur with a record-breaking fee of 16.5 million euros. When he got to Tottenham, Modrić was introduced to the fans and given the number 14 shirt. But the bad part began when the English press quickly criticized his weak body. And they said that the English game was not for him. And it's not just that, because poor management by Juan de Ramos opened the media's eyes more and more. Ramos was replaced by Harry Redknapp. Then he started to build a team around Modrić. Luka got confident and finally began to shine. Following some successful seasons with Tottenham, Modrić decided to look for a new challenge and a new club. In 2011, he got an offer from Chelsea, but Tottenham said no. because they are not with the idea of giving one of the best player to a rival team. Instead, they promised Modric that if an offer from outside England came, they would discuss it. In 2012 summer, he finally got the offer that he waited for a long time, an offer from Real Madrid. Luka then reminded the manager of his promise, and he was changing the subject. Modric saw that there is no other option but to declare his rebellion, so he refused to travel with the club. He filed an official transfer request and asked the manager to listen to the offers he received. Of course, the Tottenham president is known to be stubborn. For this reason, Mourinho personally joined the discussion. After many tries, finally they made a deal, and Luka's dream came to reality. What's funny is that in 2013, Marca News polled the worst deals in 2012, and Modric topped the vote and took first place at the worst deal in 2012. Luka reached his limits and had to respond to Marca News. He said that this was his first 6 months with Real Madrid and that he was trying to adapt. And he promised the fans that he would give his best. And after a couple of months, the awaited moment that brought Luka into the hearts of fans came. It was the second leg of the Champions League quarter-finals against Manchester United, when Modric scored a wonderful goal from outside the penalty area and made the game 1-1. After a few minutes, Cristiano Ronaldo returned and scored the winning goal for Real Madrid. From this moment, Modric became a main player in the Royal Club. Before the 2018 World Cup in Russia, he got invitation to attend the court in Croatia because he was accused of lying to the police during an investigation when the police were looking into corruption involving the former president of Dinamo Zagreb, Zdravko Mamić. They thought the president was making secret deals with the players who were joining the club, and it said that the club would financially assist them on the condition of receiving a percentage of their future salaries if they played for major clubs in Europe. Modric told the police everything was legal, and they were not forced to sign these deals. They accused him of lying to the police. Even though he denied it, he could have gone to jail from 6 months to 5 years. But at the end of the year, there was some good news. All charges against him were dropped, and he was also awarded the title of the best player in Europe. He won the Ballon d'Or and was the first person to break Messi and Ronaldo's dominance over the award they had held for years. Luka's story shows that impossible dreams can come true. This was a journey of Luka Modric, from a refugee to a Croatian football prince. If you like this story, don't forget to like and comment on which player you would like me to talk about in the coming days.